Yo, what is a high value man? When you think of the term high value man, what traits will build him up to become high value? What would make that man high value? In this video, I want to end this debate once and for all on what makes a high value man valuable in life and point out the 6 closest to objective traits that make high value men valuable. But what are high value men? What does high value man necessarily even mean? Even though the name is kind of self-explanatory, what a high value man is a man who brings a lot of value to society, women, other men, himself, the world, etc., etc. But then that's where the confusing part begins with what makes men high valuable. What parts make a man valuable? What's a man more valuable? If any of you guys are watching this video and you know what I mean when I say high value man, then I think you understand. Because where high value man came from, or at least where I got it from, and where it's been the most said and brought upon, is from the Red Pill movement. And what the Red Pill movement is, I'm just going to give a quick definition of what it is. It's a group that focuses on the truth, on women, on masculinity, on politics, in the world, whatever. But I'm not going to talk about them in this video. Why I'm mentioning the Red Pill movement is that they love to throw around this word, or term, high value man a lot. You know these little like podcasts, like videos, you see them, right? Like those little podcast clips where they have like these bunch of women and like there's like a couple guys. Those type of clips, you seen them for sure. Those ones, I'm talking about those stuff. They love to throw around this term high value man, and they love to bring around these different quotas that make a high value man. And bro, there's always a different list in each clip I see talking about what makes a high value man. And it's so confusing. And the one thing that I'm wondering is, are there multiple ways to become a high value man? Or is there only one singular objective way to become a high value man ever? And who are we being high value to? Where is the metric even being headed? There's so much questions about this high value man term that I need to get answered, and I probably will never have them answered. But nonetheless, in this video, what I can do at least is just give out the 6 close to objective traits and parts that make men valuable, and I'll give a quick explanation on why they're valuable. And I'll feel like that anybody that in the space that we're currently in will agree that the 6 traits I'm going to share in this video are valuable. If anybody disagrees, I'll love to have a discussion with you in the comments. But again, self-improvement space, masculinity space, even Red Pill, they can agree that all these 6 traits are high value as a man. Now, before I start this video, because I'm saying all these traits, am I saying that I'm a high value man yet? No, I'm not. All I'm trying to do in this video is just try to tell you the 6 objective traits that I'm going to be working on myself. All these traits I have not even mastered. Most, if not all these traits, I have not even mastered in my own life. So I'm saying this in future reference so I can work on these traits on myself. But all I'm saying in this video, the goal of this video is just to put out the 6 traits that make men valuable. I'm not saying that I know this because I am a high value man. I hate seeing. You're gonna hear me saying high value man a lot in this freaking video. So just warning. I don't know. I guess the term high value man is becoming the new like alpha male stuff, the alpha male term. But it's a good video though. It is a good video for me to make. It's a helpful video for me to make. So stay tuned, bro. You're going to hear me say high value man a lot. So stay tuned. But I can guarantee you that all these 6 traits will better your life as a man and will make you high value. So let me just begin. Number 1, having high ambitions, being highly ambitious / having a deep mission and purpose. This one's obvious for me because all successful people in life are always ambitious and they always have a clear and comprehensive plan for their goals. Most of the time, they don't even think of realism or a plan B. They have a plan and they're going to get it done. They know that this is their purpose for them to do. This was what was written out for them to succeed in. And they can't see themselves doing anything else or being anywhere else. So being highly ambitious and really saying to yourself that the sky is the limit, you can do whatever you need to do. You can be whoever you want to be. That is an important starter. It's not a habit, but that is an important starter to becoming a high value man. Think of some high value people right now. Just think of some high value people right now. And you'll see that all of them have high ambitions and they have a purpose to follow. And they are obsessed with this ambition. They will think about this ambition again and again and again and again and again until they grew a big obsession for it and they can't see themselves again being anyone else or doing anything else or being anywhere else. I definitely wholeheartedly recommend that if you are between the ages of 18 to 25 and you don't really know what you're really truly interested in or what your true passions are in life, on everything, go find your mission and purpose. Find what you're truly interested in. It'll do you good. It'll change your perspective on yourself. It'll change your perspective on the world. It'll do you amazing. And quick promo, but I made videos on how to find your purpose. A few videos on how to find your purpose, or at least how I did it. So if you like, I can put them in the one of between up here, those left or right corner. You'll see them pop up right now. And those videos are how I found my purpose and how I got myself to take my purpose seriously. I might make a whole playlist on purpose finding videos and whatnot, but if you want to check them out, if any of you guys are new to my channel, check them out. They're amazing videos. But there's many videos out there talking about how to find your purpose. So I'm not saying you should watch mine like that. Like that's the only stuff you should watch. It's an option though. It's an option. Check them out if you want to. But yeah, this is an amazing thing to start to being not just a high value man, but just to know what you want to do in life is just amazing. And once you be that person in life, bro, you're good. Like you're set for life. You made it. But yeah, the first thing you should do is do an inner talk with yourself and go find your mission and purpose. Number 2, exercising / having a good physique. When you're a man and you consistently hit the gym maybe not every single day, but when you consistently hit the gym and you eat clean food to build up your body, you will immediately stand out from 90% of men today. Because maybe back then, having a relatively toned / lean physique with a good amount of muscle mass was something fairly common. It's not really high valued for men to have back in the day. But I can say this though, confidently. If you have a relatively low body fat percentage and you exercise on a daily basis and you have an aesthetic body composition and you're toned, even if you're just toned, even if you just have defined abs, you don't even have to be big. If you just have defined, you will immediately become of higher value compared to those men. And I agree, definitely. Having a good physique and like having a amazing body composition and a good like body fat percentage is amazing, because you already know, unless you're taking juice, people already know just by looking at you that you have a good amount of discipline, that you know what's up. And you know another thing that's gonna happen when you have a good physique, you're going to have friends respect you more. You're gonna have family respect you more. You're gonna have coworkers respect you more, or whoever. And they're not gonna like tell you straight up that they respect you, or that tell you straight up that they want to get like you or whatever. It's gonna be subconscious internally. But I can guarantee you that you're gonna first of all have authority figure respect. Like the people are gonna be looking up to you when you have an amazing physique, because they know, again, just by looking at you, you have a great amount of discipline. And discipline is another form and metric that I think Red Pill and like the high value man standards, I guess, measure from. If you have a good amount of discipline, you are going to be more high value. And I agree. And definitely exercise and bodybuilding is a great outlet to show that discipline, to grow that discipline, to go to the gym instead of playing video games, to eat clean food instead of eating donuts all day, to count every single macro instead of ignoring it, to run every single morning instead of sleeping in. That discipline, rinse and repeat for a consistent long amount of time, will not only grow you internally and straighten your mindset, but it will obviously show physically, and it will get you stronger physically and make you look better. You don't even have to be big. Like, you can literally just exercise consistently on whatever, cardio, fighting, whatever. But once they see that you exercise and you keep this daily regimen every single day, and you don't eat dirty, processed, disgusting food, you keep it natural 100%, people are going to look up to you, first of all. And second of all, people are going to be respecting you. And that, in and of itself, will make you a high value man. Or at least a higher value man. I feel like if you do all these 6 traits, then you're going to become a high value man, in my opinion. But this second trait, if you do this, you're already on your way to become a high value man. And I don't know who's going to get offended for me saying this. I'm just going to say it, though. I'm just going to say it. A fat man will never become a high value man, ever. I'm going to say it, I'm going to reiterate it. I don't care. A fat man will never be a high value man, ever. If that fat guy doesn't have enough self-respect and discipline enough to eat clean every now and then, at least 90% of his week or whatever, and doesn't have the discipline to work out twice a week, doesn't matter what type of position he's in, doesn't matter how much money bro has, he's not a high value man to me. In my opinion, as a man, you should be building up your body to be the biggest and best and most fittest version possible. As a man, that's your responsibility, in my opinion. And exercising and bodybuilding, bro, there's no, like, it's such an easy, low to, what they call that? It's an easy way to start, first of all. It's very easy, just like finding a purpose. All you need is a gym membership. If you don't have a gym membership, alright, cool. Go do home workouts. Go do some home workouts. Do push-ups. There's no excuses with building up your body and exercising in general as a whole. Now, one thing I'm going to say. When I'm saying that you should be building up your body, am I saying that you should look like Arnold? No, I'm not saying you should look like Arnold. Am I saying you should look like C-Bum? No, I'm not. If you don't want to look like C-Bum or Arnold, don't find your desired path. I'm not trying to force you to do whatever. I'm not advising you take steroids. That's not what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is that you should be taking exercising and bodybuilding way more seriously, because not only will it better your life, it'll straighten your mindset, and it'll make you more high value. So get on working out. Get on working out if you haven't been doing it already. Simple as that. Number 3, being financially free / having independent income sources. Now this might be obvious, right? Because obviously all high value men are rich and they have a lot of money. That's obvious, right? We all know this. So I'm going to just keep this brief. But the one thing I just want to bring up is that if you don't have independent income sources, and what I mean by that is from your own thing, like a business or a channel or social media or whatever, if you don't have your own thing going on that makes you money and you're working a job, which is good, obviously. I'm not trying to hit on people who work a job. But you're working a job, no matter how high paying it is, and that's your only income source, you're not a high value man. You're not a high value man. I'm going to explain why. Because if you are constantly trading your time for a salary, no matter how high paying it may be, you could be earning $10 million a year. Okay, if you earn $10 million a year, you're good. Okay, let's say even if you're earning 6 figures a year, you're still not a high value man. Not yet, of course, not yet. Because you don't have any independence. Because you could be working this job and you don't have any income from anywhere. You're working this job and this is the only way you can make your money. This is the only way you can make a living. Then what will happen when you just suddenly get fired for no reason? When you suddenly just get laid off? Or how about, what will happen a few years down the line? You're still working that job. What will happen when AI comes and replaces you? All high value men are self-sufficient. They don't even need to depend on a job or even work a job to make money. I don't think of, when I think of the word, like the term high value man, like I'm sick of saying this word, but like high value man, I don't think of somebody who works a job. That's all I'm going to say. And those type of people are entrepreneurs, freelancers, creators, business owners, etc. They're self-sufficient. They make their money by their own terms. They don't even have to think of scarcity with money. They live in abundance. They don't even make enough money to make a living, first of all. They make enough money to be abundant. They make enough money to be abundant, to live an abundant life and do whatever they need to do. That's all I'm saying. Maybe this might be the most controversial thing I might say in this video, but that's it. But yeah, being rich is obviously a high value trait. And yeah, get rich if you want to become a high value man. Number 4, discipline. Like what I said about bodybuilding, growing your discipline. Discipline in and of itself is a high value trait that men need. If you don't have a lot amount of discipline, you won't get anything done. You'll be in the same place forever, and nobody will respect you. Because discipline in and of itself, again, high value trait. But another thing is that I think the metric that Red Pill uses to indicate what a high value man is from your network's respect. The people that's around you. When you get a high respect from your network, I think then you will become a high value man. And discipline is definitely a great way to do that, because it'll give people respect and give people social proof that you are that person. You are a valuable person and that can be a help in their life. But if you don't have a lot of discipline and you don't want to grow your discipline and you don't want to do the hard things in life, then you will never become anybody in life. You'll never reap any success from life. So get disciplined. It's not that hard. Because high value men, when they have a lot of discipline, they treat their time as very scarce and valuable. They treat their time as very scarce and extremely valuable. And they don't want anyone or anything wasting it. They don't want to procrastinate. They don't want to use social media. They're not going to get distracted by social media. They don't want to sleep in. They get out of their comfort zone daily, even if they don't want to. And they do all of this because they know that their future self is going to reap the benefits from all of that. So grow your discipline and stop being a coward. Grow your discipline and become better. Number 5, confidence. All high-value men are extremely confident, and they have a lot of confidence, and they have a lot of belief in themselves to the point where they think they can do anything and they can crush any goal that's in front of them. And the origin from that confidence is their W's, their past victories, and they use that to hype themselves up to get more W's in their board. And another thing that high-value men use to increase their confidence is a selective network. And what do I mean by a selective network? A selective network means that they don't let certain people who don't give them value, who waste their time, who doesn't help them succeed in their goals, or whatever, snubs their goals, snubs them, they don't really treat them or respect them and their time, then that high-value man will not have that person or people in their life anymore. Because like what I said with the third trait, high-value men live in abundance with everything. And that includes people too. If somebody doesn't give them value, if somebody wastes their time, if somebody is just a nobody, they just don't fit in their network, they don't fit in their realm, on no disrespect, that high value man will not let that person in their life anymore. You might say he's a little mean or whatever. You might say he's a little mean or whatever. But again, high value men live in abundance. And if you lived in abundance with everything, just think about it. If you lived with abundance with pretty much everything in your life, you will live a happy life. You will live a very happy life. If you get to the point where you don't even need, if you get to the point where you can just let go of people just like that on a whim, you are going to be in a very blessed position. You're going to be in a very blessed position in life. That's just facts. You might think it's a little not cool, but living in abundance, coming with the territory, that's another thing that'll come out of that. So, I mean, I guess, that's just facts, in my opinion. That's just facts. But another thing is, like, you can't just let go of everybody, right? You can't just be somebody who's just a closed-off person who just thinks that they're the best at everything. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that high-value people don't let low-value people, or people who waste their time, or people who doesn't give them value, or people who think that they're better than them in terms of treating them more inferior and giving them mediocre results or mediocre value, then again, that high value man will not have that person in their life anymore, or those people in their life anymore. It is what it is. So confidence. High value men are super confident in their abilities. They don't let anyone or anything waste their time, and they live in abundance. So that's the 5th trait. Confidence. One bonus trait though. There's one bonus trait that I forgot to mention. I'm going to say it right here, right now. The 6th trait that will build you up and make you a high value man is not putting women on a pedestal. Ooh. This might get some people mad. This might get me some dislikes. But I gotta let you guys know though. Putting women on a pedestal It is something that 98% of high value men will never do. And how do you know if you're going to put a woman on a pedestal? Being a simp. That's all there is to it. If you are a simp, you are putting a woman on a pedestal. So the way to get out of this trait is just to try to not be a simp. Because obviously, high value men don't indulge in porn. They don't indulge in porn, and they don't think of women as just sex dolls, right? They don't they're not simping to women in that level or at all, but they're not simping to women in that level. Obviously, we all know that, right? But another thing is, even if they're in a relationship with a woman, that high value man will still not give that girl his full attention, respect, or time, just simply because she is attractive to the high value man. The woman, will have to kind of prove herself, quote unquote, prove herself to the man that she is worth his time, worth his respect, and worth his love. This sounds cruel. But like I'm really just taking some notes from Red Pill. Like, this is honestly, I don't even like. I mean, I'm not trying to explain myself, but like, I don't even like fully agree with everything that's being said in this video in terms of like what makes a high value man. This is just literally just Western stuff. This is Western stuff, and just when you have no God in your life, this is the life you're going to heed. But getting on point, another, like, I'm gonna make it simplified, because most of you guys probably aren't like trying to meet up with girls right now. You're probably focused on yourself, trying to prove yourselves, and that's amazing. That's what you should be doing. But let's say you have a girl that you're texting. 2 things that can make you fall to be a simp and to put a woman on a pedestal is, number 1, giving her constant unprompted compliments, and number 2, replying to her messages as early as you can. As soon as she replies, you reply. That's you putting a woman up on a pedestal. Now, get out of this trait of becoming a simp and to not be a simp anymore, is literally just treat this girl as who she is. She's a human. She's a human being, just like you and me. She's not a goddess. She does the same thing you do every single morning and night. And there's more to that statement, but I know weird stuff. This whole segment is actually kind of like getting weird now. But yeah. You know where I'm going with this, right? You know where I'm going with this when I say she does the same things you do every night. Yeah. She might be a 10 out of 10. She might be the most prettiest girl you have ever seen, but at the end of the day, she's a human just like you and me. She is somebody who does the same human acts that we do on a daily basis. I know weird stuff. So don't stop trying to treat these women as above you. That's just not right. Don't do that. Have some self-respect for yourself as a man. Know your worth as a man. And that's essentially what being a high-value man is. Minus all the red pill stuff. That's what being a high-value man is. When you know that you're a valuable person and that you can help, not only just help other people out, but you're just a valuable man. That's essentially what high-value man is, in my opinion. So that's my video on 6 traits that build high-value men. And another thing I forgot to mention is that if you want me to make a full video on how to be confident and how to increase and how to better your social skills, you can suggest it for me. And also another thing, that this video wasn't even my idea. It was actually suggested for me to make by a viewer. So if that viewer is watching, shout out to you. This is a very good idea. This had to be brought up in the channel at least once. This might be something a little different in my channel, but this high-value man term, buzzword, it had to be mentioned once. So I'm glad I did this video. It's very good. And yes, there was another absence in the channel. It's now been like 2 weeks. I haven't posted a video, and that's trash. That is trash, because literally like 2 videos ago, on my video on how corn is the worst modern addiction for young men, that video is the first video to break 1K views, and that's like amazing. Thank you guys so much. And whoever's like those viewers who came from that video and subscribed and watching this video right now, welcome to the movement. Welcome to the movement. The movement that's going to take over YouTube. The movement that's going to change social media and change the world as we know today. That's my promise. We're going to be taking over YouTube very, very soon. But it's all on me though. I have to put content. I have to put out the reps. I can't be lazy as hell, because I could really post 4 videos per week if I want to, but I have to work on myself for sure. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and this is gonna be my only time I'm gonna self promo this. But starting now, you can hit me up on my Insta, and you can ask for any advice on self-improvement, nofap, mindset, YouTube, whatever you need. Hit me up on my Insta at the video description. Last promo, but if you want to, you want. If you don't want to, we good then. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like, share this with somebody who needs this. Reject complacency and embrace strength. Peace.